Workers in California who are sick of getting work calls and emails after hours might be getting some backup from the state legislature. The legislation would give workers the right to ignore calls and messages from their bosses until they're back on the clock. I don't think that applies to news because it happens around the clock. It would be the first of its kind in the United States. France already has similar laws on the books, and Australia will implement one later this year. I want to bring in Matt Haney, who I haven't covered since I lived in California. Great to have you. He's a state assembly member from California's 17th district and proposed this legislation. Matt, it's, like I said, great to have you. I'm really curious about how things would work and also why this is called for. How bad have things gotten for workers after COVID and this whole work from home, work all the time?
Well, it's good to see you. I'm talking to you here from California and San Francisco, where, as you know, we are responsible for some of this problem and all of the technology that we've created that has allowed people to be accessible with text, with email, with Slack, 24/7. And the result of that is that for many people, they have no time at all to disconnect or to rest. They're expected to respond to these emails and texts 24 hours a day, even when they're at dinner with their family or at their kid's birthday. And we need to update our laws to be able to clarify a bit better when people are working and when they do not have to. There's been this availability creep that has affected many people, not only in the tech sector, but it's increased with remote work, definitely around COVID. And so the right to disconnect, which exists in over a dozen countries around the world, France, Ireland, Australia, is a way that we can really update our laws so that there's just more clarity. Every single person deserves some amount of time when they can just be with their family, when they're not expected to respond. And this will help to create that clarity. Of course, there are exceptions, and we can talk about those. This isn't really meant to punish anybody. It's really just meant to have that clarity in the age of the 24/7 availability, cell phone always by your side, when you're expected to be working and when you maybe can just disconnect.
I mean, I was just reading the graphic there because I wanted to get a little bit more clarity and make sure that this lands with our audience. There is some kind of punishing in the form of penalties for the bosses, which is would flip the dynamic that's there for many people. If you don't answer the email, if you're not available for your boss, maybe there could be some repercussions at the moment. So this would flip that, correct? I mean, it would be the boss being penalized with, it says there, $100 fine at least. Talk to us about how it would be implemented.
Sure. Well, the purpose of this is not to punish folks, but we have to have some mechanism there for enforcement. Really, we want to establish this right so that people know that they can have a time that is clarified where they're not expected to respond. And then we want all employers to have that in policy in some ways. For some folks, that may mean sometimes when they're on call or long hours or whatever it is. There's different types of work settings. This doesn't apply if you have collective bargaining, but they would actually have to have a policy that employees agree to, that they know when they're expected to be working and when they're not. The only time there would be any enforcement is if that policy is violated repeatedly, there's a pattern of it, there's recurring, and an investigation that occurs that could lead to some fines. But what has happened in other countries where they have this, it hasn't been a lot of punishment, a lot of fines, a lot of court cases. It's been actual clarity where now your employee and your employer says, these are the times when you can disconnect, you can rest, you're not supposed to be available for work, and we understand that, and you can assert that right and know that you're protected.
Right. I mean, it sounds like a law to just kind of push a new kind of culture. Hopefully after this, you'll be considering the whole the month of August is off, like it happens in Europe where people just disconnect as well.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. One last question.
Yes.
How much do you communicate with your employees outside of work hours, Assemblymember Haney?
Well, we have, as a result of this bill, gotten a lot better about it. We've created clearer policies. We have less text threads that people are constantly getting. And so we've done a lot better. And that's really what we're asking from employers, to be upfront about it, to have that conversation, to create a policy, and hopefully give your people some time when they can just be with their kids and just have a book or be able to read and be to themselves. And it'll make them better workers as well. This will help business as well.
All right, Assembly Member Matt Haney, I have a lot of friends in the California Capitol that I can check with. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Good to see you. Take care.